Hey guys, it's LOL Rybun here, or Rybun as you may know me. And today, we're gonna be doing some stuff. First and foremost, as young as this system is, it needs to be reworked. Um, did I have labs all the way over here and they got destroyed? Why is this here? I'm just not sure. Oh, it's a relic from the old system. Um, First and foremost, what we'll be doing is reworking this lab system. A YouTube commenter, yet again, Corey Scurray, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, made a very good point that similar to how we can pull things into and out of things, if there's excess of something, like red science, let's say, in a lab, you can actually pull red science from this lab into this next lab. And so a more efficient way to do this without all the fancy belts and whatever you want to call it is we stick a inserter in between each one of these and make a long daisy chain of insertion labs. So what we do and Alright, so we look at the and that is we take this and put it here, and the reason being, one stack like this, just tiny and back 22 graph more of these. That's fine. So this game, I don't know what controls you what you got, but it seems to be an open as a bit. And so this will work now is one system's pulling into lab, going to the next one, and then DHing like this. And these should all be pulling in. And then we can send labs like this. And then only the first lab, which is this one right here, will actually need something to pull it. Which would be this chain, pull the science. But that looks really cool too. And then this way too, we have all three slots open in each lab for inserters. So eventually we could get 3 inserters going on each. I don't know if that will ever be necessary. But yeah, with this system, we can do the same thing in less space with less resources consumed, which is a great thing. So thank you, Corey. I hope I implemented it about the way you were talking about it. And next on our list of things to do, we've got our walls being generated, which is nice. We definitely need to put those up. But we're starting to the point where we've got a lot of disorganization in a sense where I'm probably gonna have to move all of this. Because we have enough materials to move this stuff and make it look better. So right now we've got coal going here, 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 here. We've got iron going everywhere. We've got miners next to belts, next to this, next to that. What ideally I'd like to do is move over to this little field area over here and put all of my mechanical stuff there. But before I do that, because it's going to take a while, I really would like to start getting some more research going. We've got a lot of the red stuff, not all of it, which in fact we should oh, we need prereqs? What are prereqs? Oh, electronics. Yeah, we need to get some other research done, but I'd like to get electronic furnaces more so than anything before I really start making the move. Because once we get electric furnaces, we'll be done making changes from coal power to electric power. And then our power will be generated by coal via generators and probably solar panels and other things. And we'll have storage centers for energy and it'll work great. This works well. This works really well. I'll tell you what, Corey. This stuff's awesome. Alright. Oh, I had more? Okay. So now we want to get more stuff. We're going to want to start working towards green science. We have tons of science readily available, so we really just need to start working on stuff like this. So I'll be working on researches and stuff like that, and then I'll get back to you guys when something significant happens. Okay, small update. We need more iron production, obviously. So I made a simple change to this belt so that iron always comes in on this side, coal always comes in on this side, and then iron can be on both sides of this belt, which makes my life 1,000,000% easier. So now you've got iron being produced on all of these furnaces, which means actually we could add more furnaces to them. I'm kind of measuring the supply here. Ultimately what we want is we want enough excess that a lot of these go down here, and they'll be turned into conveyor belts so we can start automating, I can't think of the word, green science. So I think this is the wave coming up of the new iron production. So as you can see, we're storing a bunch, and once this builds up, it'll all be rerouted down here. But it's not happening often enough. Our iron ore supply is fine. In fact, it's starting to build up. We could probably add another furnace here. Maybe 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, just because. So we're going to need 2 of those, 2 furnaces, and I think we should have power for it. We'll slap it right here. Furnace goes here, and here. Inserters go here, 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 here. And then conveyor belts here. I did not place this right. Oh, okay, okay, there we go. So now we're generating a little bit more iron. Our coal production, our coal demand obviously went up, and it looks like even without that, actually, we're starting to build up on iron. We've got our steel coming out here for eventual steel stuff. And now we can probably start automating our green science. Man, I keep getting attacked. We're making improvements, as you can see, but you guys are relentless. Alright, we're still okay-ish. I'm guessing I need to start placing walls down, so I'm gonna have to divert myself to that for a second. Look at that glorious wall. Of course, they can still come from up here. And eventually I have to wall that off. And down here isn't walled off at all, but it's a start to at least some amount of delay for me to react. I'll go over some of the changes I'm doing right now. I'm still figuring it all out. Kind of. I need to refuel these. It sucks that these are manually fueled. Essentially, we had our iron plates diverted here, like we did earlier, for these gears. These are used to make this, but they're later on used for this, so I've just wrapped them around a few times. So then, the conveyor belts are put out on this line, which I'm planning to take down here somewhere, and meet up with the inserters, because those are the 2 ingredients for green science. I'm planning to make them meet up somehow. I'm thinking what I may do is I may turn this belt here, like so, and then have an inserter take the inserters and throw them on this side of the belt. This wraps around over here, and somehow I'll get it into this chain. So like maybe I'll throw it in over here by going around and doing something like this. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, but that's the rough plan basically. Get green science into this belt on the top side, then it'll get shoved into this. We'll have both automated. And I still need to place these to get my electronic circuits going. So now we'll actually be producing the inserters. But yeah, We're making progress. We're making steady progress. Yeah, I just forgot the green science part. I was about to just try to route this into that. Um, yeah, here's an idea. I need green science. Oh, I'm gonna end up with so many things in my inventory. That's okay. But yeah, proof of concept, it works. The fast inserter is more than fast enough to handle all this input. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this for just a little bit. Enough to throw down 3 of these guys, which we need stuff for. Okay. Anywho, it'll be up and running in a second. Alright, you guys get to see the final unveiling. And this takes forever, of course, but it would take way longer in my inventory. And out comes the green science. It's actually not an awful production rate. And it is on this side of the conveyor belt, so it should just route in properly, I think. So there it is. We've got automatic green science going. Of course, it's really slow, but this will help us get our researches like this and railroads, which I need to learn how to use. Is the electric furnace in here at all, or is that way down the line? Is that this? Oh, we need 3. We need the blue science. Yeah, I don't know if we're doing the blue science. I don't know if we're... Maybe I have to move everything once I get steel. I don't know if it's big enough. But yeah, now they're tossing down the green science down the little route. One thing I definitely think I could do to improve the effectiveness of this is replace all these with fast inserters. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to sit here on this little production line and steal all the... Oh, I'm stealing iron plates too. Hold up. Oh, I'm still stealing iron plates. I'm going to steal all these little circuits. Save myself some crafting time. Speaking of which, we don't need that there. Yeah. Alright, fast inserters. Let's make a whole ton of them and replace these things. That way it'll just get to the end much faster. And by that, or because of that, we should experience less electrical outages in each individual lab. But yeah, this is my very, very sloppy green science generation. So next on our list, of course, is building the wall around our entirety of our base, which is really hard because we got this huge branch up here. This part I probably could have done with what I had in terms of walls or close to it. And our power production is having difficulties now, and we're not even doing research. So we definitely need to do some upgrades and enhancements there. But we seem to have decent production in terms of science. We're not really running out of any particular material. So ultimately we could build more production along this line and get it to come out faster, which I may do at some point. This isn't really an ideal speed. But yeah, for now, this isn't too bad. So, a little update. I just thoroughly... Oh, I have to clean this up. Increased our copper production because we just simply didn't have enough. I don't know if I've updated you guys on this yet, but this is essentially, if you want to double wall the entire thing, this is essentially my little protection for all the local residents that keep paying me a visit. But right now I really need to get more more ammunition up there. What I've done is I've set up a conveyor belt that passes from one turret to the next, starting from this chest, going all the way around. Usually what I do is I run a conveyor belt all the way around, and I just pull off the conveyor belt into the turrets, but I figured this may be more space efficient. So I did like this time, kind of taking what I learned from the laboratory thing. I also updated this, and what I'm thinking is this would be the perfect spot right here to plop down an assembly machine and grab a fast inserter, which is somewhere in this long list of, I don't have it assigned to a key. Throw stuff in here. I did not mean to remove that. But we're going to take this and we're going to grab firearm bullets. And we're going to throw them into a... I actually think I'm going to make a steel chest for once. Because it stores a whole lot of stuff. Since this is directly related to... Speak of the devil. I'm telling you, these guys just don't let up. Alright, so our wall's currently broken, which is not good. What I'm going to go ahead and do is jumpstart the system with this. The only problem is some of the turrets are destroyed, but this still should work. Except for in cases like this. So I do need to go make 2 more turrets. But hopefully we'll be able to fix that problem soon. I'll update you guys in a second. Guys, we're doing it. We're researching solar energy. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am a massive solar energy freak. I had to do a project in, I don't know when I first discovered solar panels, but I know for sure I did a project on them in high school, and when I learned about I mean, they're inefficient, yes, I understand. They're not like the best source of power ever, but they're like the cleanest in terms of they're not going to kill anything, and you know that they're just, I love solar panels. So getting to research this in a game or get solar panels in a game literally ever, not just Factorio, like even when you play modded Minecraft, for example, whenever you're able to get that stuff, it just does it for me. I really love oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There's no fuel in here, huh? I'm manually fueling these guys. But basically, as long as I can get solar energy in a game, it makes me really happy. I know I'm gonna have to get batteries for it to work okay in this game, and that's totally fine by me. But there's another reason I'm talking right now, and that is to update you guys on and grab wall pieces. Also, I just realized I don't have game audio. You know what? Let me fix that first. Okay. Fix that. Let's grab walls. It's kind of ironic that they damaged the chest that's building the walls to keep them out. The other thing I should note is I'm planning on eventually routing these bullets automatically. Right now, just storing them in the chest is the best option for me. But my plan is to wall this off around here and come around, so we have some space up here for expansion. But we don't make too big of a wall, and then we route bullets to it automatically. I think the wall will be up here, and the bullets will have to be on the turrets that go like here, like somewhere in between. But we're still working on it, and we'll figure it all out. But I, right now, really need to fix these holes. and load us up with new bullets. The other thing I would like to do, you know, this wall actually is low prio. Realistically, these are the higher prios. But I want to load up more bullets into this. It looks like we loaded 3 turrets and they stay at 10 bullets each. So theoretically, we have the track of conveyor belt to deal with, plus 10 bullets per, so probably something like 200 bullets total, 200, 300. But soon, it kind of sucks the way I designed it. If I had started the chest like here, maybe here, and made it go around this way, it would have made more sense. And here they come again, actually. I don't have bullets to help, but those turrets are doing work. Yeah, so we've got a line of defense now, which is good, because we're definitely producing a lot of pollution, and I do want to eventually upgrade all these to steel furnaces. I believe they produce the same amount of pollution, they just work twice as fast, but produce twice the pollution. So we'll speed everything up if we get them, which right now it looks like I'm not technically producing enough iron. But I'm sure that's specifically because we're researching some things for using up lots of stuff. This uses a ton of science, huh? But yeah, definitely more stuff to do here. But, you know, that's the thing with a factory, right? It's all work in progress. So yeah. So everything was looking like it was going slower for some reason to me. And I didn't even notice that there's these little lights here that tell if you're getting enough power. I'm guessing it's because my labs are running all the time. But essentially, I have to add 2 new steam engines here so that when we have tons of power demand, we can meet those requirements. So now we can produce up to 3.6 megawatts. We use around somewhere between 3.2 to like 2.8 to 3.2 on average. It's kind of our range we're oscillating between. So I was wondering why my iron was no longer backed up, and I added more miners to it because I thought maybe I didn't have enough iron production, but I don't think that was the case. And so now we're gonna end up with super backup. I'm thinking the source of the extra power consumption is this, but I really wanted to get stone storage up and running, and hopefully start generating walls a little bit faster as well. So that's kind of the thought process over here. I'm going to make another steel container for this one because we're going to have lots of stone bricks eventually when we can make concrete. I want to say this is a prerequisite, but quite honestly, I don't remember. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make some factories and start automating our walls. So here, do the same thing that we usually do. And then we're going to run conveyor belts as per usual, which I'll just go have to grab, I guess. But yeah, we want walls out of these. So there we go. We're producing walls. And I need conveyor belts. Hopefully that didn't increase our energy demands too much. It looks like we're still not generating enough iron plates, but that's probably because we can't meet production requirements. So the solution to that is actually going to be upgrading to steel furnaces. So I think they take in stone furnaces as part of the recipe, but it could be wrong. Yep. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I just made 8. So 1, 2. Oh shoot. 4 plus 7 is 11. Yes, okay. So these things are going to pump out pollution, but our iron supply will literally have doubled. Well, production of plates. Not necessarily our supply. Our supply has not changed at all. But hopefully... Oh man, yeah, look at that. Tons of smoke coming out. But yeah, now we've got tons and tons of iron coming out of these guys, which means our gear and plate consumption or production should go up. Therefore, we'll be able to maintain our old status quo, if you will. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I don't want to stop it here because I feel like I can get so much more done and I really want to keep playing. But I feel like it's going to get a little bit too long of a video. So quickly going over all we did in this video. We got green science up and running and automated. We changed our lab system to this system where it pulls into one lab and fills all the way. The one thing I have noticed with this is that sometimes these things run out of science, and that's because, let's say you have 2 science in here, right? 2 of each. And then all of these lose 1 science. Well, it gets passed around in this little daisy chain. So the input is not as great as we want it to be. And so the way to kind of combat this, I think, is we may want to actually run 2 inserters, and then it'll go a little bit faster. I'm not really sure. I like this method a lot more. It's a lot more compact. It uses a lot less belts. It feels a lot better. It looks a lot nicer. But definitely some experimentation we should do in regards to that. But yeah, if we run 2 inserters, we'll be pulling 2 science at a time, and I also did fast inserters to get it over with faster. The other thing we could do is when we have these long chains like this, we could also make this section of it, sorry, that sounded like an alarm to me, so I was really worried. We can make this section of it go like this, deliver it from this side, so it pulls from here and delivers to here. And then that way we're not pulling all the way around here and then all the way back over here, which is a really long chain. But we did that. We now have... No, we don't have. We don't have anything over here. What we have over here is a mess. What we need to do over here is place down those transport belts, which I got distracted about. But we need belts. And once we have these belts, we're going to go over here. We're going to plop these suckers down right here. Actually, I think it'd be better if we went this way. So potential expansion would be a little bit easier. And then we'll grab from this with a fast inserter, which we should still have one, into a steel chest down here, so we can store lots of walls. Here's our power. So now we're producing walls really quickly. We're also producing lots and lots of bricks, which will come in handy later. The other thing we did, we may need to deliver bullets up there. It looks like they're getting attacked. The other thing we did was we started bullet mass production over here, which currently we are manually transporting to the base up here because that is the only way to get it up here. Right now, we definitely can set up a transport belt later on, but with 200 bullets, or 400 bullets going into this system, this should be totally fine for quite some time. So now we've got defense up for this. Oh no! Please! Please! I just dropped off all my bullets too. Well, I think that answers the question on what we're doing next time. No! Why? Uh, we've got lots of fixing to be done now. Luckily, nothing broke, I don't think. But we are generating tons of pollution now. And as such, we'll be targeted more and more frequently, which is why that wall production is going to come in really in handy. Still a little slower than we probably need it to be, honestly. But it's a lot faster than the old system, which had one producer going. We could maybe link up another one, but I don't think we're producing enough stone bricks for that. The other thing is, with our new system eating all this coal, it looks like we may need to increase production. Ah, no, never mind. This guy is our holdup. We have a filter inserter somewhere in here. That's why, because he won't be too fast. We just want... Yeah, that was definitely going to end up becoming a holdup, actually. So... yeah, but next time, as you saw, we need to fix that problem. Yay! So that's kind of our next thing. And then we'll probably go for blue science, get some more research, which I always forget to start up new stuff whenever I finish one. Faster transportation sounds nice, but it's not super, super necessary in my books. What I really want is batteries, which this probably comes from battery, which comes from all this stuff. Essentially, I want batteries, and then I want to eventually get, it was a tier 3, I think, electric furnaces, so that I can have a system that is set in stone, and I think ultimately the goal is to make something that looks really nice and compact, and kind of make like a processing station and stuff like that. Still a long ways to go for that, though. For right now, I'm just trying to make things as compact as possible. Like right here, I wrapped the conveyor belts around so that we use the least amount of space for this system. I think for the most part, I've done a really good job of utilizing my space. Like this will be all of our science stuff, and I'm going to have to rework the conveyor belts at some point, I know. But we've got science stuff set up, we've got copper coming in, we've got all this production going on. This thing lost power, so something did break, and it would have been this power pole. Not that we need it. We don't have enough iron production to satisfy all of these furnaces, which is why our plate production slowed down for a bit, I'm sure. But yeah, our systems are really good, and luckily we're not using too much stuff. I find that with chests built into the system, like over here, you end up going for longer than you want to. I think you should only have to do whatever you need for supply. You don't really need to store a million of each resource, because then you're just constantly producing stuff. So the goal is to, like, if we end up having a slowdown over here because of the copper wire, we obviously need to upgrade this part of it, but we don't need to start storing it for excess for times that there's higher demand and lower demand. For now, at least. Same thing with the inserters. By no means do I need a million inserters. Anywho, I have talked for 20 minutes after saying, hey, I don't want this video to be too long. So on that note, I'll be seeing you guys later. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm really enjoying playing Factorio, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching. I know I make tons of blunders, I'm sure, but it's a learning experience for all of us, and I hope it's really enjoyable for you guys. Let me know if you'd like to see anything in particular in the next one. But hopefully I don't get attacked while I'm trying to stop this video. Anywho, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and you continue to do so. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching yet again. Bye, guys.